Swinging a high drive into center field. It's at the wall. It is gone! Casas does it again. It's gone! It's into the bullpen! This game is tied! This game is tied!
He swings and rips one to center field. It's high, it's deep, it's back, it's gone! Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over! The Red Sox have won the World Championship!
Welcome back to Play Tessie. We're here to preview Sox versus Angels, the second Sox-Angels series of the season, beginning on Friday, going through the weekend. Weekend series at Fenway Park. Sox just saw the Angels. A couple of the pitchers that they'll see in the series they saw again. It's too bad they're not going to see Chase Silseth again, who got injured either during or shortly after his start against the Sox. He's on the injured list. They were pretty relieved to not have him be out for the season. It's not as significant of an injury, but let's just get right into this. I'm here with Sammy and Pat. We're just going to get right into these pitching matchups, hitters to watch. We'll get into the previews, the series predictions, and then we'll get into all of our segments. But let's start it out. First game, Tanner Houck takes the mound for the Sox. He hasn't allowed an earned run this year. 0.00 ERA through 2 starts versus Reed Detmers, who literally shoved it down the Red Sox throats last start. He went six innings, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts against the Red Sox last time out. He's got a 1.64 ERA. He's shown good traits in the past, has been good up and down, a little bit inconsistent, but he's always shown signs. Looks like he might be putting it together this year. So Reed Detmers versus Tanner Houck in the first game. Second game, Griffin Canning, he's got an 8.38. Sox faced him as well. 4 2/3, 4 earned runs in, I believe, the first game of last series. So they switched up him and Detmers because he went before Detmers last time. Now he's going after. So yeah, 8.38 ERA for Canning. 4 2/3, 4 earned runs for the Sox last time. And this one's versus a TBD. I believe this is the first game that the Red Sox are going to need a starter replacement with Nick Pivetta going on the IL. So I think it's a fair assumption that you're either going to get Cooper Criswell or Chase Anderson for this one. I know that Cooper Criswell is lined up for the start. I believe he's scheduled to throw in Worcester on Saturday if he doesn't make the start for the Red Sox. So we'll see what happens there. I'm sure we won't find out until maybe after the game on Friday. So we'll see there. And then game 3, Tyler Anderson, who through a couple starts has not allowed an earned run to this point, versus Brian Bayo. He's got a 4.11 ERA. Had like an up and down outing against the Orioles, I would say. He pitched pretty well, got screwed by the defense. But Sammy, Pat, quick thoughts, pitching matchups, anything stick out to you guys? We just saw a couple of these guys.
The last person I want to see right now with the current state of this team is Reed Detmers. That, like,
yeah,
nothing we have seen from the Orioles series gives me even the slightest bit of encouragement headed into that game against Reed.
Yeah, I mean, we said it all off season long. They need more right-handed bats. I think we talked about it maybe 400 times, and it's a very obvious issue with the team that they chose not to address. So, I don't feel great about seeing Detmers again. He just shoved against the Red Sox. A pretty underrated pitcher, in my opinion. Though the numbers aren't great, you can tell when you watch him, he's pretty nasty. So, don't love that matchup. Game 2, remind me.
Game 2 is
Canning.
probably the easiest one. That's the Griffin Canning. But then again, the Sox don't have a real starter going that day. Like, it's either going to be Criswell or Chase Anderson. So we'll see.
And you might not have Devers either. Devers dealing with the shoulder. So, I don't feel really good about any of these games. How could you after that Baltimore series? They pretty embarrassing series. So I don't know how anyone could feel good going into this Angels series. The only thing I kind of feel good about is Houck going in game 1. So that's exciting. And then Bayo game 3, we assume.
Yeah.
During the day.
Announced. Yeah.
So
during the day.
Daytime Bayo.
One thing I got to interject here because I totally forgot. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, Apple, Spotify, Odyssey app. Hit the subscribe button. The team may not be playing well right now, but we're obviously still here and we're being consistent for you guys. We're putting out shows for you guys. So hit that subscribe button. YouTube as well. We're on WEI's channel. Hit that thumbs up button there. Rate us 5 stars on all the on all the podcasting platforms. And by the way, if you are clicking on this one and you haven't heard us recap yet the series with the Orioles and you're looking to vent, get a little venting sesh out of the way there. If you're mad, hit that episode because that episode is also on your feed right now. If you missed it, I don't know what order these are going to appear on, so I don't know which one you clicked first, but I would probably say it's better to listen to that one first. So go for that. But just to put a bow on the pitching matchups, yeah, Reed Detmers, I agree, Pat, last guy I want to see right now. And it's not just the fact that the Red Sox are ice cold, but as Sammy said, they don't have very good right-handed bats to start with. And now Trevor Story's out for the season, so you don't have that. Devers is likely to miss this game. I doubt they push him to get back into the lineup against the lefty. They've got they're facing two lefties this series, Detmers and Anderson, both left-handed. So not the best spot for the Red Sox pitching matchup-wise, at least in terms of guys they're facing. You hope they can get to Canning in the second game, but we'll see who they throw in that second game. Bullpen is...
You also got Bayo in game 3. We know he doesn't like the day games, and he's a big ground ball guy. And you got literally one of the worst defensive infields that you'll ever see at the major league level. Maybe the worst one I've ever seen literally in my life. I can't recall a worse
last year.
It's the same guys.
Kike, dude, come on.
Kike,
it was worse with Kike. It was maybe
you had second base covered better. I feel like second base was better. Now you have Pablo at third. Devers is already bad. I don't know. It does not get worse. So
yeah,
I don't know what they're gonna do. I feel like it's just. I feel like we're watching the 2023 team. We had like a nice little start, and now it's the same old with like a good bullpen again. That's fun.
Except for in this series, if you want to hear about the Orioles series, go to the recap. We'll talk about the bullpen there. But yeah, before we give series predictions here, not too much in terms of hitters to watch with the Angels, and we went over this literally last week. Mike Trout, obviously one of the best players on the planet still. I think people think that this guy's like in decline or something. He's got an 1195 OPS. He's red hot. One of the best players in the game.
Is he going to play? I think his wife just had a kid like on like Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday.
They announced they're having one.
Oh, I thought he had the kid. Dang it. Come on,
kids,
speed it up.
Speed it up. No, he has a kid though. He has a son. Looked like he was like 5 years old. Looked pretty excited to be getting a baby brother. But yeah, Mike Trout will be playing in this series.
That kid could probably play for the Angels or could play shortstop for the Red Sox. Who knows? This year.
Could play shortstop for the Red Sox this year. The fetus probably could, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do the
pregnant wife a righty by any chance?
Yeah, we TBD, man. TBD. Only other hitters that I have even as like remotely noteworthy in this Angels lineup right now. I know Red Sox stats had that little chart with Miguel Sano like crushing it, but his stats suck and he like didn't play last year and he hasn't been good in years. So I'm not going to highlight Miguel Sano. Logan O'Hoppe, 965 OPS. He hit a home run. He hit the grand slam off Winkowski against the Sox last series. He's a big time prospect. They traded Brandon Marsh for him. Like he's a good player. He had the day off yesterday. He had the day off on Wednesday, and then the Angels had the day off on Thursday. So he, in all likelihood, is going to play all the games in this series.
Dude, he's so rested. Holy shit! You've never seen a guy this rested.
Fuck.
Oh, he's probably asleep right now, resting even more. Look at that guy, king of rest.
Yeah, tons of rest, man. And then Taylor Ward, 864 OPS, good player, clutch player. Dude gets it done when it counts. Outside of those guys,
he's just Tyler O'Neill version 2.0. Really good player, always gets hurt. Hits right hand, hits bombs. Not a good defender though. O'Neill's got the defense, so.
Let's get into the series predictions. Actually, I want to recap the last series of predictions. I have to pull it up. All right, series predictions. The last series, Sammy predicted that the Red Sox would win 1 out of 3. Pat and I both predicted that they would win 2 out of 3. They won 0 out of 3. Nobody gets a point for the series predictions. Here's my question for you guys. Would it have been worth the shit talk you would have gotten in the moment if you predicted the Red Sox getting swept? Would it have been worth us shit talking you to get that point?
Yeah, dude, I'll do anything for the points.
Yeah, I agree. I tend to agree with that. All right. Angel series, we just went over all of it. Sammy, you are in first in the series predictions. So let's actually, no, I have to give the actual score update. The actual score update still is Sammy with 4 points, Pat with 3 points, me with 0 points. So Sammy, Sox Angels, what do you got?
Believe it or not, I actually think the Red Sox win 2 out of 3 in this series. Baseball makes absolutely no sense. So I think they're going to win the first game somehow. They're going to beat Reed Detmers, and it's going to make no sense. Everyone's going to be like, how did they win that game? They're so bad. Then they're going to win the second game. They're going to be on a 2-game winning streak, and then they're going to drop the third game. But people won't really care because they won 2 out of 3, whatever, can't get it done. There were 14 errors, and Bayo had to throw 62 extra pitches because of the errors is probably what's going to happen. So 2 out of 3, Red Sox take the first 2 and then drop the finale.
So Sammy's taking win-win-loss. Sox take 2 out of 3. Pat, what do you got?
They're losing to Reed Detmers. I'm going to go loss, win, loss. I'm going to loss sandwich.
You think?
Loss, win, loss. 1 out of 3 for Pat.
I think they lose to Detmers. I think they win that middle game in like a weird outing from whoever gets it, whether it be Chase Anderson or Criswell. And then the last one, I'm with Sammy. I think something defensively absolutely fucks Brian Bayo. I think they lose that game. I'm going loss, win, loss.
Pat, I'm gonna join you on that. I'm also taking Sox 1 out of 3, loss, win, loss. There's an advantage to seeing guys a second time. So like I think that's gonna give them the advantage against Canning, and they're gonna beat Canning. But like I could go out there and I could face Reed Detmers 100 times and I'm still not gonna get a hit off him. The Red Sox don't have the right-handed bats to get it done. He shoved it down their throats last time, and oh man, without Story in there, without in all likelihood Devers in there, and I know it's lefty, but he's still your best hitter. Yeah, I've got loss, win, loss, and I think they lose that last game. Just Tyler Anderson's another lefty. Bayo has, I don't want to say he's looked bad because he certainly hasn't looked bad, but he hasn't looked as good as we know he can look, and it's day game Bayo. So I think they do squeak that middle game out because I think I weirdly have this. I have a weird amount of belief in either Criswell or Anderson. Like this is me not knowing who's going to throw that game, and I still weirdly have like a reasonable amount of faith that they're going to be able to throw 5 innings of 2-run ball, and maybe the Sox will take it to Canning. I don't know. This bullpen.
I feel like we're burying the lead. They're playing the Angels. The Angels suck too, so it's not that
That's
crazy
true.
to. They're gonna.
We
Angels
are
awful.
Oh, wait, no, Sammy took 2 out of 3. The Angels are awful. I agree, but the bullpen is not rested, and they're going to have to piece together a second game. I think they sell out and win that second game, piecing it together a little bit, but it's going to kill them in the third. That's where I'm at there.
I wonder if anyone goes, like, anyone gets optioned or if Devers goes to the IL. That would change things a little bit, but
I wouldn't be surprised if Campbell is the one optioned for Criswell.
hey, also credit to Gordo. Gordo and I were at the game on Wednesday night, and he made a comment, and he said Devers doesn't look right. So there's your scout right there, Red Sox. Hire Gordo.
Bang. Hire Gordo. Let's move on to the next segment. Pat, what do you got for us?
Drum roll, please. It's time for another installment of Crystal Bomb.
Bomb it.
Bomb it. I don't think a single person got a point this week, which makes that. Gordo. Yeah. Gordo do share. Gordo do share.
I got a point as quickly as you could get a point. I took Tyler O'Neill this series, and he hit the home run on the first pitch he saw.
You did.
Actually, was it the first pitch?
This series was so long that I forgot the hottest hitter in baseball hit a home run. That is how awful that series felt. Anyways, so Gordo, congratulations, you got a point. I stupidly took Masataka Yoshida, who didn't sniff a home run this week. Sammy, you had
Rafaela.
Yep.
Who, yeah. It
I
just
don't put the ball in play, really.
Yeah, just a really, really rough crystal
Of
ball this
course,
past series.
of course, I picked Wong and then changed my mind, and he hits a home run. So it's
Yeah.
shame on me for doing that.
Oh, that's right. I said that was going to happen.
Well, okay. Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm taking Wong this time. This time, I'm actually going to do it. So
There we go.
jumping the gun. Wong is my pick, and it's going to happen. No, I'm not going to pick the game. It's going to happen. I was going to pick the game, but too much pressure. I haven't gotten one of these yet.
Gordo.
You know, I was also I'm not lying. I was going to pick Wong. But I'm not going to do it anymore because if Sammy does not have a crystal bomb point yet.
No.
Score update on that, by the way. I have 3. Pat has 1. Sammy has 0. So if Sammy's predicting Wong, I feel bad for Connor Wong because it pretty much guarantees he's not going to hit a homer this series. I am going to go with Sammy's pick from last series. Got the night off in the last game of the Orioles series for at least to start the game. He got it at the end. Right-handed bat facing 2 lefties. You know, maybe feeling a little bit of pressure right off the bat with that extension, but now maybe gets to settle in, face a couple of lefties, someone, at least one that he's seen before. If he gets game 2, then he's seen the righty as well. Give me Cedon Rafaela to hit a home run in this series, his first of the season, first in signing that extension.
I like it. I like it.
What do you got, Pat?
Who do you think I got?
I
know who I'm taking.
I know
who
who
do you
you're.
think I'm taking?
Well, I think you're taking O'Neal, but I don't know if you've taken him in the last 2, so I forget.
Sammy. Who do you think I'm taking here?
I think you're going to take Tyler O'Neill.
I am going with Emmanuel Valdez.
Oh, they're put 2 lefties? You're going with Valdez?
I think he takes Canning's ass deep in that second game.
You're putting all your baskets in one egg.
Exactly.
All the baskets in one egg, man.
I don't think Canning is good. We saw it the first time around. I don't know. I got it. I'm going with Emmanuel Valdez. Something about it. It's kind of like Sammy fighting the urge to pick Wong this series, and then he hits one. Valdez has been on my mind the past series or 2, and I'm pulling the trigger. I'm going with Emmanuel Valdez. That middle game, he's taking Canning deep. First at bat.
Ooh, so we've got a specific game and a specific at bat. I like to see it. So we've got, just to recap it, Pat, you got the recap? Who do we got on the board?
I am taking Valdez. Sammy is taking Connor Wong, and Gordo is taking Cedon Rafaela.
All right, so book it. That means guaranteed Rafael is hitting a home run, and Wong and Valdez are probably going to only play one game this series and go 0 for 4 both of them. Sammy, what's the time for, buddy?
It's time for, well, Rafael Devers just spoke in the post game, and it sounds like he's not going to play tomorrow, by the way.
Sick.
So that's
Well,
fun.
that's
But
why
it's
none of us
time
picked
for-
him.
It's time for guys being dudes, and we're full of enthusiasm. If you're not familiar, oh, sorry, I forgot. I was supposed to let you do the chat. There we go. We're picking players who played for the Boston Red Sox and their opponent, so the Angels. And we've done this one before, so we're really going to have to dig deep into our bag of guys who are also dudes. So who would like to go first? I'll let you guys pick this week.
I'm volunteering Pat.
Go, Pat, go.
All right. I'm going with... No, normally I go obscure, but this man deserves some goddamn respect. I'm going with former World Series hero, Red Sox champion, Mike Napoli.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Legend.
my guy being a dude.
He is a guy being a dude, a legend on and certainly off the field as well.
Best celebration picture of all time. Mike Napoli shirtless roaming the streets of Boston, blackout drunk.
Yep.
Everybody
The infamous Mike Napoli picture.
Everybody loves the male nipple.
That home run in the ALCS off of Verlander to win, I forget which game it is. I want to say it might be game 5.
It was 5.
Well, that home run is one of the unsung home runs of that playoff run. Because, like, obviously the David Ortiz grand slam might be the biggest home run in Red Sox history. And they talk about the Shane Victorino grand slam in game 6 was enormous. Johnny Gomes in the World Series. We talk about a lot of these, but that Napoli home run off Justin Verlander, that was an all-out pitcher's duel, and Mike Napoli brought that game home.
You're right. Game three. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
go me.
That's such a funny game. Nothing happened. And then Napoli, doink. That's it.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
like center field, opposite field piece.
Yeah, just tanked it. Tank that shit. All right. My guy, and this is a listener request. Our friend Matt Coate was upset that I didn't do Tom Brunansky last time. So I'll go with Tom Brunansky, a one-time All-Star, 1987 World Series champ. He actually played for the California Angels back in 1981, a whopping 11 games, 33 at-bats, just a 152 average for the Angels. He killed it. Came to the Red Sox in 1990 from the Cardinals. It was fine. Wasn't great, but he was a solid player. So that's my guy, right fielder. Played a little bit of infield as well, but mostly an outfielder, Tom Brunansky. There
You
go,
must
Matt.
have very fond memories of him in your when you were in your 20s watching the Sox.
Because I actually was
Good one, Gordo.
no, I was not alive
Oh
when he
yeah, okay.
I was
Yeah,
born like 2 months after he retired. So how about that?
Yeah, of
Youthful.
course.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And Matt, if you're listening, sorry about that part. Like that.
You're like Fausto Carmona right now, lying about your age.
You mean Roberto Hernandez?
Yeah.
That reminds me, every time I think of him, I think of that 2007 ALCS with the Red Sox and the then Cleveland Indians, where
Yeah.
the Nats were like eating everybody. And then it happened to the Yankees too, like the year before or after. Jabba Chamberlain got eaten by the Nats too. I don't know why they got all those bugs in Cleveland. Freaks. Figure it out.
That Jabba Chamberlain thing, I watched that from Illegal Seafood. That was a fun night. That was great.
Sometimes I can't believe that Jabba Chamberlain existed. Just the way he looked and the fact that his name was Jabba.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys remember his tattoo, his Tommy John tattoo?
Yeah.
What was it?
You had the laces, right?
No.
Oh, dude.
No,
million.
it was a smiley face. So the scar is like kind of like a mouth, and he just
Yeah.
tattooed two eyes on it.
Gotcha.
It's like the Joker.
Yeah, kind of.
Wait,
And then he threw at Kevin Youkilis like 15 times. Hated
guys, I have some news. Not really
go.
news, but this is the last time the Red Sox play the Angels.
Oh yeah, this
So
is it.
if you guys got some guys being dudes left in the tank,
Well, hold on. I've got mine. I haven't gone yet.
I know. I was prefacing before you cap this off.
Okay. Well, Pat, I'm gonna follow your lead of World Series champion Red Sox and go with a well-known Red Sox, lesser-known Angel, Shane Victorino, who
There you go.
I guess I literally just talked about his grand slam, but that homer was awesome. I was in the crowd for that night. That was a great night. Game 6 of the ALCS, that grand slam puts the Sox on top. They go on to win that game and go to the World Series. Koji Uehara wins the MVP of that series, but Shane Victorino captivated that crowd the entire season with Three Little Birds walk-up song. One of the weirdly like Sox fans just like buy into certain walk-up songs, and they just loved that walk-up song. And hearing the entire crowd sing that in the postseason, I went to a bunch of playoff games that year, and it was crazy. That was a guy.
That team had a really good defender at shortstop. Who is it, Gordo?
No, I don't need to.
No. Who was it?
I mean, Xander Bogaerts came up partway through the season, if that's what you're talking
Yeah, to
about.
play third, but who is at shortstop? I can't think of.
I
I feel like
You know what? I can't remember who it is because I don't think the starting shortstop got any hits that entire playoff run until the last game of the World Series when it was already over.
Just like Mookie Betts in 2018. Doesn't matter. Steven Drew, I love you.
When the Red Sox play, oh God, there's a few teams that he played for, but I'll say specifically the Diamondbacks. When the Red Sox play the Diamondbacks, you guys need to remember this moment. I'm not making them my guys being dudes, but one of you has to. And we're not doing it for like the Yankees and the A's or wherever the hell else he played. Nationals.
Yeah. You know what's a bummer? It's a bummer that the Red Sox never employed Edwin Jackson nor Octavio Dotel, because we could just do them for guys being dudes every time. They did do Bartolo Colon though, so I think we did him last
Rich Hill.
Angels,
Hill,
Red
yeah.
Sox, Bartolo Colon,
Wait,
Ian Kinsler.
On my guys being dudes, last thing. Can either of you guys name who the Red Sox traded Shane Victorino to the Angels for in 2015? It's
Was
not
it Josh Rutledge?
Oh, yes, Pat.
Dude, I don't know why the fuck I thought of that, but I got that.
Dude, that was impressive. That was really impressive. I did not think you guys were getting that. I'm trying to think of who my last guys being dudes was. No, it was Cashner, and they didn't trade anyone of note for that. I asked you guys a trivia question, and you guys didn't get it before. I don't remember who it was, though. This one was definitely harder than that one, so I'm impressed, Pat.
Yeah, I don't know why I knew that.
Did Josh Rutledge, was he... Hold on, I need to do some research, because the Red Sox might have a curse. No, okay. I thought he wore number 23. He was number 32. Have you guys noticed that everyone who wears number 23 is like cursed on the Red Sox? Like Romy Gonzalez comes up, plays really well in his first game and a half, hurts his wrist, number 23. Chavis, top prospect in the system, not a great system, but still the top prospect, stinks. Who else? There's more. Oh, hold on. Do some singing.
No, I'm gonna pull up the Baseball Almanac site so that I can because
he is so cursed. Wasn't Julio Lugo?
Yes, Julio Lugo was 23. That was a bust. All right,
was Mike Cameron 23?
All right, you guys ready?
Might be Mike Cameron, yeah.
Cameron.
I'll give you guys all of the last number 23. Sammy is actually very correct on this. Mike Cameron was 23. I'll read it for you guys. You ready?
Oh, I'm looking. Ew.
Romy Gonzalez, Travis Shaw, the second time around, Michael Chavis, Blake Swihart, Michael Chavis before Blake Swihart before Michael Chavis. Sorry, I'm reading these in order. Brandon Snyder, Pedro Siriaco. Maybe it's the curse of Pedro Siriaco.
Bring him back.
Because, before that was Danny Valencia, Brent Lillibridge, Marlon Bird, Mike Cameron, Eric Bedard, Julio Lugo, Adam LaRoche, who was here for a week, Joey Gathright, Javi Lopez, the catcher, Alex Cora.
Okay. Ugh. But oh my God, that is a smorgasbord of mid at best, except for Cora. Cora's great. But 23, really cool sports number. Michael Jordan, not good on the Red Sox, though. So don't wear number 23. Romy, sorry it had to happen to you, buddy.
Gordo.
Guys, yep.
Do you still have the Baseball Almanac up?
I do.
Who has worn number 5 since Nomar?
Kike.
I know Johnny Gomes has.
I got it right here. Ready?
Yeah, you go for it, Sammy.
Kike, Kevin Pillar, Zhu Wei Lin, Big Hit Ian Kinsler, Alan Craig, Johnny Gomes, Nick Punto, and Rocco Baldelli. Remember, it was a big deal when Baldelli got 5. It was like they gave him Nomar's number, and now everybody just gets.
So it's also not a great number outside of No, I like Suey. Suey's good.
But I mean, Kike was good in 2021. I mean, we don't love the guy, but that was a decent season. It just wasn't spectacular. He was a really good defensive center fielder. It's weird talking about positive defense with Kike. We forget how steady he was out there because he just pooped all over himself the following years at shortstop. But
do you guys know who has worn number 21 since Roger Clemens? It's an interesting list.
Oh God.
Nobody.
Yeah. No.
It's nobody.
I tried, buddy.
Is it nobody?
It's nobody. They've been waiting to retire that thing. I don't know. I guess they were waiting for him to get in the Hall of Fame, and it just hasn't happened. I don't know what their plan is from here on, but we'll see.
That's a great number. 21.
It is.
Yeah.
Clemente. Ooh, you gotta make that available. Wasn't Sammy Sosa 21?
Oh, I couldn't tell you Sosa.
Oh, I gotta look it up. No,
I feel like you are. I feel like he was because McGuire was 25.
How does that lead you to know what Sammy Sosa's number was?
Because I was thinking the two together, And I
21,
know one of them was 21, but McGuire was 25. So Sammy Sosa had to have been 21.
21, 21, 21. All right, cool. So there you go. Red Sox Angels. Everyone's excited. The ballpark's going to be packed. Everyone's in a great mood. The vibes are awful, guys. The vibes are so bad right
Dude,
now.
they're in the dirt. They are 6 feet under right now.
Gordo and I are going to be on the field on Friday on pins and needles. I don't want to anger anybody, but you got to do what you got to do for content. So we'll see. We'll be nice boys, but I'm not expecting happy faces tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta hope they can flush it, man. I know it's hard, but it's a job you got to do. They're above 500.
Maybe
But
if you wear that beautiful Cuts t-shirt, they'll be impressed by your
oh, I'm wearing it. I'm
fitting
wearing it.
shirt.
I'm wearing it.
What is
Doing
it?
a long sleeve. We both got this Cuts t-shirt. They're like these t-shirts where it's like when you don't want to dress up but you want to look like fairly presentable, they're just t-shirts that are supposed to fit.
Oh yeah, nah, I got
They
a
make you
couple
look
shirts
good.
like
They
that.
make you look good. They make
I
you look
yeah,
good.
yeah. I got a couple. I use
Yeah.
Built though.
Yeah, Pat, we're not yoked like you, okay? We can't just throw anything on and look good. I gotta like get something that fits me and like creates a mirage of strength and sturdiness. So not that easy.
Anything else from you guys before we wrap this thing up? Headed to that next series against the Angels?
See you in 2025.
No, I really do think they're going to win 2 out of 3, and I think the vibes are not going to be great, but they'll be a lot better. So let's just move ahead with blind positive.
I do have one final thought, and then I'll wrap this thing up. Is that Sammy, you had a good run. How many games in a row did you predict?
It was 12, right?
12. I picked the first 12 game. 12 out of 13 so far. I'm going to keep track, see how many out of 162 I can get. So
yeah, I like it, man. But yeah, perfect run came to an end, and honestly, it was all just because David Hamilton didn't touch that base. But
I mean, David Hamilton makes that play that a 6th grader can make, and I'm 13 for 13, but he didn't.
Yep.
And now, also Pablo made an error before, so
yep.
just smorgasbord. I've used the word smorgasbord twice in this episode. Smorgasbord. Red Sox.
Well, on that note, this has been the Sox Angels series preview for Play Tessie. The last Sox Angels series of the season comes in the middle of April. So we will see these guys again come October. But until then, this has been Play Tessie. Before you jump off, before you listen to our series recap, if you haven't listened to that, hit that subscribe button, rate us 5 stars, hit the follow button on, I don't think there is a follow button. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube, thumbs up there. 5 stars on the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, and Odyssey app. Hit us up socials at PlayTessie, both Twitter and Instagram. We love hearing from you guys, so just hit us up wherever you want to, and love to get some DMs on the show. We keep forgetting to ask, so I'll ask here. But we gotta send out tweets, be like DM us because people want to be heard from. But till next time, till the post Angel series, you'll hear from us again, dropping Monday morning. But until then. For Sammy and for Pat, it's Gordo here for the Play Tessie series preview of the second Sox Angels series. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Toodaloo.